is poppin', fight fans? Welcome back. We are here for another Mystic Hour Instagram live interview. I got a special guest today. She fights in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. She's a former champion. She's fought in Invicta before. She's fought in Muay Thai. She's been all over, and I've never watched a boring fight. Never, never. She's going to be joining us soon. We got Christine Ferea in the house, in the flesh. She's going to join us. We're going to talk. So much to talk about. New signings, a bunch of things. Christine's going to join us in a second here.
Hey, what's
There
up?
she is,
How you
fresh out of training. The
Yep.
misfit, Christine Ferea. How are you?
What it do? What it do? Chilling. How are
What?
you?
Good. How was training? How was training today?
Great, great. Just grinding it out. A little bit tired right now. So
Yeah, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate that. I know after grueling training like that, it's difficult, but I
it's
think
all good.
we're gonna have a great time. I'm excited to talk to you. So your fight got canceled back in March, unfortunately due to COVID. How have you been during this time? Have you still been training? Have you had to stay home to train, or how's the gym been?
Yeah, for the first, initial all the gyms shutting down, I was preparing for the fight. Well, the cancellation happened, and then I was preparing for another fight
Yeah.
shortly after that. And so I was prepared in my living room, and we were sparring outside, and it was crazy, using the parks. It was insane. It was really hard to find sparring partners too. So, um, yeah, just I learned how to do like the band resistance more. And instead of I used to use the steam room and the sauna a lot for my weight cut, so I had to go
Wow.
without that. I actually bought one for the living room, the portable ones. Um, yeah, just trying to figure out different ways, and to train outside is a lot more taxing, especially here in Vegas. It's really hot, so sparring with headgear on and all that stuff, it's super hard. Yeah,
So you
but I
think
think it pushed me.
that? Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Did it push you more to have that different kind of a training compared to being in a gym, being comfortable, a little bit more, AC, and you could cut weight?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad I was kind of used to the boxing gyms being hot and not using air conditioner. Because yeah, it's different outside.
No, absolutely. And I can imagine like having to train Vegas. It's always like 105 degrees, 106
Yeah,
degrees outside. So I
yeah.
definitely helps. So you went from training in Muay Thai. I mean, not training Muay Thai, competing in Muay Thai. You fought in
Mhm.
Invicta, and then now you're in Bare Knuckle. Was there anything specifically that drew you to fight with Bare Knuckle FC?
Oh, it's exactly my kind of fight. I like real fighting. I don't want to hug you and be on the ground and rest on you. I want us to go and go toe to toe, skill for skill. So bare knuckle was awesome because it's very risky in terms of being able to be knocked out faster or get taken out faster. So you have to be extremely skilled, and I like that aspect of fighting is the danger of it, and having to prepare myself. Um, prepare myself to. I'm not. Say it. I don't want to like shit on MMA. Just like there's no way out. There's no way out. There's no hiding in bare knuckle. You get hit. You're getting hit with bare knuckles. Like you got to make sure your defense and your offense is great. And you got to beat your skill has to be and technique has to be most important.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you were the first inaugural flyweight champion of Bare Knuckle FC. That's pretty big for women's MMA. I mean, women's combat sports and
Yeah.
the Bare Knuckle period. How does that make you feel,
Oh, it feels
knowing that?
great. It's
Yeah.
great. I'm a pioneer of bare knuckle. It's awesome. I jumped on board, um, right when it started. So yeah, I'm just happy about it. Happy about being the first and setting the tone for the up and coming, because I think my training and my efforts should be followed more. And it's not just, it is an entertainment business, but at the same time, we're fighters. That should come first before the ass and tits and that bullshit. You know what I mean? We need to be valued for being a fighter, not just what females are always just used for. We can fight too. We can defend ourselves. We're skillful. We'll give as much as any man or anybody, and we need to be valued in that way. So, of course, the entertainment aspect is relevant, of course, but I want to set the tone in a different way.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I was the first person to win that title as an American Police Gazette under Scott Burt. So I'll have a little bit of pull, a little bit, on my name to be able to present that and some people to actually pay attention to it.
Absolutely. And that's a historic belt. It goes back, 100 years, right?
Yeah. And no woman has ever had it in history. It is
Wow.
another thing. So it's really cool.
Part of history. Speaking of part of history, I think that you had one of the most historical fights against Hikaru Peralta when you guys fought for that championship. You got a rematch coming up September 11th, correct?
Yes.
And what do you feel that you need to do differently this time around compared to the first one? Even though it was very close, I actually
I
had
don't
you
need to
winning
do
that first
anything
fight.
different.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything different. The only thing now that's different is I know how sloppy she is. Like, I was sparring boxers like the whole camp. So when she came in and she got that knockdown, first of all, it caught me by surprise. And two, I wasn't prepped for it correctly for that fight. Should have looked at more tape with that girl. And I saw some tape of her, and it's different in MMA. So like, she can't do her other things that she was doing, like wrestling, all that other stuff. So now that I know who she is as a bare knuckle boxer, and she's the same, and as her last fight, even her last fight was the same. I'm very prepared for that. It's very easy to prep for. But another thing is, I got to say, is she ran for the promotion. She's gone. She's not even in the promotion. So I won't be fighting her. So I have a new opponent. So I mean,
this is breaking. This is breaking news right here.
Yeah, she vacated the title.
Wow.
So now I won't get the chance to show that it was a fluke and that the judges gifted her. So I'm a little disappointed in that.
Yeah, and in that fight, did the injuries like maybe hindered you back a little bit? Like, I think you had a wrist injury, and your hand as well, right?
I broke both hands. I broke this hand,
Wow.
and I broke this wrist and in this metacarpal.
Oh wow! And with that during the fight?
Yeah, during the fight. Yeah, I fixed that problem as well.
That's good. I know with bare knuckle, you don't have the protective gear, so that's easy to happen, especially punching the hardest part of the body, which is the head.
Right. Yeah, I've changed my tactics, and I've strengthened my hands, and I've strengthened my bones, and I've taken the nutrition to make sure that's not going to happen again as well.
Absolutely. So, barring that you win this fight against your new opponent, we got Bare Knuckle has a new signee, Paige VanZant, who has a huge name within the MMA realm. You think that's somebody you want to fight, or somebody you'd call out after you win your fight?
Of course. I mean, she has like 3 million followers or something. Like, who wouldn't want to fight her? I mean, it's great. Let her get some fights. You know what I'm saying? Let her get some experience, because if she fought me the first time, she's not going to make it out of 30 seconds. She's going to get one right hand and or a hook, or even a jab. I don't know. We're going to see. Like, let her build herself. Let her feel what it's like to be in there and get hit by a bare knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Get her experience built up, and then I would love to fight with her. She just needs to do some work. I don't know how long she's known about this and how long she's been prepping, but she's gonna have to work her way up towards me.
Yeah, it definitely caught a lot of people by surprise who were going to Bare Knuckle because
Yeah,
she's not too known for her hands, but I
right.
guess we're gonna find out when she joins the organization. So
Yeah,
when she lost to she lost her previous fight, the girl she fought, Amanda Ribas, gained about 300,000 followers after beating her. You think the
right.
same thing can happen with you, and then you'll get, even though you're notarized, in my opinion, you've had amazing fights. You'll have more people have eyes on you, and you'll get to that stature of this, like, you'll get that respect you deserve. In other
Absolutely.
words.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, will it happen? We'll see. I don't know. I mean, she's the $1 million baby right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, no one wants me to break the $1 million baby. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. That's a great big investment for a lot of people. I don't know if they're gonna let me touch that for a while. So we'll see. It would be awesome. Of course, it would further my career and help me. But we'll see. I'm just gonna focus on my next opponent and
Yeah.
just do that and welcome her. She's welcome to Bare Knuckle, and I am in your future. You know what I'm saying?
We'll tag. I'll have everybody tag her in there. We'll get that little steam going on for that fight because I want to see
Yeah.
that fight. I
Oh,
think it'd be really good.
please
So
do,
we're
everybody. Please, let's get
everybody
that.
tag Paige
People.
VanZant so we get that fight going.
Yes, yeah. We gotta get that heat behind me. So that's the only way it'll make sense, really. If if if
So
if it's not, then it's not gonna really make sense for her.
absolutely, absolutely. So Christine, so I just want to go back just a little bit. You growing up, and you had a little bit of a tougher upbringing. What made you choose combat sports to go into?
Well, it's the only thing that grabbed my attention. I've tried a bunch of things. Like
Yeah,
I did, like me growing up, I got in a lot of trouble, got into a lot of shit as, what we all do is young, but maybe we all don't, but where I'm from, we all did.
yeah,
Um, and then some of us get out and some of us don't. I always had a piece of me that wanted to be better, do better. So I always kind of searched for that, but nothing grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? And so when I found fighting and competing, it grabbed my soul. It grabbed my soul and it just turned my life around slowly but surely. And it teaches me so much. And I want to succeed so bad in it that I improve myself. Like when I screw up with talking shit or doing something wrong or eating wrong or messing up my weight, or so I eat cleaner. I find ways to be more healthy dealing with situation or business, because I want to be successful at what I do, and I found my passion in something I love. So that's why I go so hard in what I do. It like literally saved my life. I don't know where I'd be without it, honestly. I'd probably be really in a bad position. So being nutritionally sound, like eating good affects your brain. So I think when I was unhealthy, I was eating like crap. I was doing drinking, smoking, doing all this crap, and it made my brain just lazy. And I was lazy. And I was like out of shape. It just made me it contributed to me making bad decisions.
yeah,
So I feel like if you're depressed or you're sad or you're angry, it's all has to do with a lot of it's nutrition. Like what we put in our body affects the chemicals that goes to our brain or what our brain produces. So yeah, I get real deep into that stuff. I believe in it though. And I found that exercise helped me be more healthy and feel better about myself.
yeah,
Uh, it just brought out my confidence and my emotional state. It made me tougher, getting my ass beat and not throwing a fit about it and learning to get better. I mean, it's the craziest form to learn in that way, to learn through, I guess, violence or getting your ass kicked, but it worked for me. And it taught me not to beat up someone weaker than me, or it taught me to protect, with coaches, you go into a gym and you see them, if you see a guy hitting a girl too hard, you see the other dudes check them. So you
yeah.
learn like, hey, don't, if someone's not up to your level, you don't go over there and just beat the shit out of them. You help them. So there's just so many things that you learn through fighting, and it's not just going into the gym and beating the crap out of somebody. You know what I mean? Or competing is not just going in there. It is, but it's not. There's so much more behind it. So like, I guess the spiritual side of it just really, really changed my life, and I'm in love with it. And and it's the only thing that's made sense. It's like the realest thing in life and the most human and the most like natural. And that's what I am. I believe I like real people. I like real things. So it's the only thing. Like I don't want to go work for a corporation. It's a bunch of fake people being fake to each other. Even though the fight game could be that way, I'm talking about preparing for it and the actual fight, you know?
Absolutely. And that's truly motivating. That I hope that helps a lot of people who feel like they can't make it out of where they are, and that they
Yeah,
can still be successful in life
absolutely.
doing something that they love. And you
Yeah.
say you fight for the Misfits. What do the Misfits mean to
Yeah.
you? That is your nickname.
Yes. The misfits, you know, there's a lot of us misunderstood. There's a lot of us that don't understand stuff or life and everything that's going on. Everything's very confusing, especially now, you know, just like the times. And I just feel like there's a lot of there's a lot of mess ups, a lot of fuck ups in the world. Like I was one, but we don't have to be that forever. You know, it could be a learning portion, a learning chapter of your life, and get over it. You don't have to stay that way. You know what I'm saying? So, I just fight for the misfits, the people that are, the underdog. You know, I'm the underdog. I was the underdog. I still am. You know, I'm not that person they push and that they want to see as a star. You know, you have to fight for everything, and we don't have to do it negatively. We can do it positively. I had learned that too as well. Like, I don't have to be negative to get attention. I could be positive and still work hard and succeed. So, not to be bitter over being a misfit, being the underdog, but just keep working hard, and it's going to pay off. So I believe that I can give some hope to some misfits out there that want to give up and just want to screw life off and see, like, I made it from the bottom, straight self-made.
Yeah.
Nobody believed in me, man. I mean, I don't want to say my family didn't. They love me, but they didn't think that I would take it to this level. Nobody, I'm telling you, nobody. I've had exes leave me. I've had call me a loser for not making, dude, it's crazy. So I just stuck to who I am and what I love and believe in, and I believe all the misfits should do that and believe in themselves.
Absolutely. And sometimes people misconstrue the misfit word. So I'm glad you got to explain
Yeah, I
to
know,
how
I
the
know.
meaning, yeah,
It
the
is.
meaning you have behind it.
I know it is kind of different, like, but a misfit in my eyes is something different, I guess.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Two last questions before I have
Okay.
you off. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the
No,
time.
no problem, no problem.
Um, do you see yourself ever wanting to like fight in an organization like the UFC one day, or you just want to be that bare knuckle name and just like take it to heights
Yeah.
that nobody can
I'm a
take
I'm a
it?
bare knuckle. I'm a bare knuckle fighter, straight up. As long as I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon, they're gonna blow, and I hope, and I'm want to be a part of it until I can't fight no more. Until the doctor tells me I'm gonna die
Yeah,
or I'm just done. So I want to grow with bare knuckle. I'm doing everything I can to represent myself well in the sport and help it grow. And yeah, I, I don't care for the MMA training. I love stand up. I
yeah,
don't like I like wrestling. It's okay. It's more explosive, but I want to stand and I want to box. I want to, I even like Muay Thai, like Muay Thai's better. You know what I mean? I want to kick, knee, elbow. I want to stand with you.
yeah.
Stand toe to toe. I don't want to pin you up against the cage and hold you and I don't know. I can't. No. MMA
Yeah.
is not for me. I can't do that.
Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that, and you excel so well in that bare knuckle, and we love watching your fights.
Thank you.
Any words you want to say to your opponent coming up for September 11th?
Um, Better eat your Wheaties, girl, because I'm coming. I'm gonna come strong, and I plan to take you out in the first round. Even though I want to give you guys some more time on there, I'm sorry. I have a build up for about 8 months of preparing for angry bird that ran from the promotion and ran from me. Now this next opponent is really in a bad position now.
All right, Christine. Christine, thank you so much for the time today. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Christine has a
I
fight
appreciate you.
September 11th for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. It's for the vacant now Bare Knuckle Flyweight Championship, and we'll see you then. You guys hopefully you watch that fight. Thank you so much for the time, Christine. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.